I am going to begin my argument in 3, 2, 1. Recycling is important. Everyone knows that. It is a notion that has been repeated for a long time. School teaches us about the 3 R's, which are reduce, reuse, and recycle. The phrase reduce, reuse, recycle is often used when we talk about how to be more environmentally friendly, how to be greener, how to be more ecologically sound, and how to live sustainably. It is a way to decrease the number of things we use and simultaneously also decrease the number of things we throw away, thus minimizing the number of materials that we use, the number of the Earth's resources that we use, the energy that we use, and the amount of waste that we produce in our everyday life. The term recycling itself means a series of activities in which materials is processed into specification grade commodities and consumed as raw materials feedstock in the manufacture of new products. The series of activities that make up recycling include the collection, processing, brokering, and the subsequent consumption of industrial and of life and obsolete scrap, as well as the process of transforming used products, whole or in part, into reusable commodities. So when we say recycling, it means to break down an item to make something new from the materials. Processing these materials still requires time, energy, and cost. Therefore, an item should only ideally be sent for recycling if there is no other way that it can be reused or repaired. However, it's still vastly better than sending waste to landfills. Recycling is very important for many reasons. It saves resources, saves energy, protects the environment, and many more. However, there are still a lot of individuals and organizations who still dumps all their waste without a worry, filling in landfills continuously and creating a very harmful effect on the environment. So today, I will be explaining 2 reasons why I agree with the motion that this House will criminalize individuals and organizations who do not recycle. First of all, the dangers of landfills. Think back on your daily life. You have probably thrown some plastic bottle into the trash can absent-mindedly, not thinking further about where that trash will end up. Even a single person could create tons of waste from their daily lives throughout the years. Now, imagine that, but with 7 billion people. The amount of trash piled up and filling the landfills is quite unfathomable. But that is where my concern lingers. Landfills are necessary for the proper disposal of solid waste. They reduce the amount of waste that makes it into the environment, help to prevent disease transmission, and make communities clean. However, landfills still have significant environmental and social impacts. While landfills are a societal necessity, there are practices that can reduce the reliance on landfills and decrease their effects on the biosphere. Furthermore, the negative impacts of landfills are very worrying. The most pressing environmental concern regarding landfills is their release of methane gas. As the organic mass in landfills decomposes, methane gas is released. Methane gas is 84% more effective at absorbing the sun's heat than carbon dioxide, making it one of the most potent greenhouse gases and a huge contributor to climate change. Along with methane, landfills also produce carbon dioxide and water vapor, and trace amounts of oxygen, nitrogen, and hydrogen, and non-methane organic compounds. These gases can also contribute to climate change and create a smog if left uncontrolled. So, in summary, the ignorance of recycling by people can lead to packed landfills, thus contributing to climate change, which is terrible for the environment. Second of all, criminalizing these individuals and organizations can make them more eager to recycle. Laws are something people need to do. It is not always in their desire to, but the law enforces them. Criminalizing something can create a certain psychological effects on people. A punishment in psychology is a consequence that reduces or aims to reduce the likelihood of a targeted or an undesirable behavior from happening again. Punishment is a part of operant conditioning, or the use of rewards to encourage certain behaviors and the use of negative consequences to discourage unwanted behaviors. It is always effective in changing behavior. So when the law starts to enforce recycling to the people, it puts a certain pressure on them to do it. It is very effective since it compels them, and there will be punishment which may come as a fine waiting for them. With the amount of trash on earth, we need to act quickly. This may be the best solution for us to accelerate the process. Personally, the best fit for the punishment of not recycling for me is to fine them. Individuals who fail to recycle after producing a certain amount of waste will need to pay around $5 to $20. Organizations, on the other hand, create waste more than 100 times more than an average person. So they need to pay around $500 or $1,000 if they do not recycle. Moreover, we should also reward individuals who reach a certain number of recycling. This can encourage them further to create a cleaner, healthier space for the environment they live in. One example we can take is from Pittsburgh. The city officials there will fine residents who do not recycle. Now, if a resident does not recycle, they will be sent a letter or a citation as a last resort. Now, it is reported that 40% of their households recycle. It is mentioned that while some people have complained about the fines, their feedback has been mostly positive, which means they are eager to continue to take care of the environment they live in. In conclusion, I totally agree with this motion that we should punish those who fail to recycle because of several reasons. The first is the dangers of landfills because they can create harmful gas which can worsen the climate. The second one is that criminalizing them for not recycling can enforce them to recycle, which is very effective because it can quicken the process of saving our planet. So this is it for my arguments. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope we can continue to strive for a day where our Earth is free from climate change.